Hello everybody, and welcome back to the second episode of the Dwarves of Khazad-Dûm campaign, and I'm so glad that this has been so well received. But gone are the days when I had very few comments. There's so many of you that have said some nice things and some tips already for me that I can't actually list you all off, else we would be here all day. Today, we are hoping to make it all the way to Khazad Dum itself, and, well, currently you can't actually see the script, but I'm fairly confident somewhere around here, so we're going to just trot in this general direction, I think, and it'll probably pop up in the next turn. So we don't have the greatest army, and I'm hoping that as Stephen Puyo, I hope I haven't butchered your name, did mention in the comments that I should be able to get some mercenaries. I did not get any Dale cavalry over here, but to be honest, I forgot. But I'm hoping I can get some Beorning warriors and riders. I was hoping maybe I could get them here, but perhaps I can then get them when we get into this area over here. So let's end the turn and see how it goes. Okay, so no mercenaries yet, but there we go. That is where we're heading. First off, just going through the Gladden Fields now. Of course, that is roughly where Isildur was killed, in the Gladden Fields. But we are not seeking the One Ring or anything. Still no mercenaries that we are able to recruit, but next turn we should be able to actually make it into that red circle. Another turn passes by, and we've been gifted 2 grand, so we're not doing too poorly. Oh, there's Fenholm. That has blocked our passage, and we're not going to make... We're losing out on more and more turns. Oh, dear. Well, it's not going to take us too long to get there, is it? No notifications. The game's just stopped caring. But, okay, no mercenaries, but we do have to stay right there. I think if we just... Can I chance it and go a bit further? Oh, yeah, right there. That's good. Because, yeah, it's already 11 turns in. Oh, but we have now been met on the field of battle. It's not going to be a... It's not a bridge battle. But we are, this time, it's not the forces of Dol Guldur. It is 3 units of mountain orc hunters. Oh dear, oh dear. We're going to throw at them our chap and try and shoot at them. Look at that, 0 armor. Our 2 units of travelers will definitely come in handy here today.
The time's come, lads. To arms! Let's get going!
They are the offenders here today. They are the attackers. Let's have a closer look at them. Look at them. They're wearing no clothes. What the hell is this? Anyway, well, we're firing at them, and I think we'll probably... Well, we're going to rely on our archers here today, and we are offering up our dwarven labourers as a sacrifice here, because they have... I mean, we'd lose the least by losing them, basically, and that's how we're going. And I'm offering also these volunteers here. They're going to kind of be the backup if they will be required. But we're going to try and maximize the capabilities of our ranged units here. So if we can just get a bit more bunched up. Oh, maybe we should just go in and attack. Keep them nice and bunched up, and then we can hopefully go round the back, and then we can just, you know, shoot them from behind and eventually rout them. So let's go in and encounter these mountain orcs over here. So we've got plenty of ammunition. Let's just give him a couple more volleys. Although, yeah, that's one of the issues with the dwarves, is that they're painfully slow. And Balin is here just because, you know, he's the general and he can regenerate some of his wounds. So that's how we're doing. Who needs aid? I mean, these guys maybe. I mean, if you just don't get involved, let's have Balin come round here. He can just kind of shuffle into the battle line there. And like something we absolutely don't want to do is throw in the Dragon Slayers, because they're armor piercing and they've got loads of armor. It's like the perfect match for them. And I mean, these guys are also armor piercing. But, you know, I don't know. I can't remember what we actually come up against when and if we make it to Khazad Dum, because of course there's going to be quite the welcome party there. And we just wait now. We wait now for our archers to get into position, and now commence firing. 43% of them are already down. You are now in position. Commence firing. And Balin surely isn't going to get killed. That's why I've sent him in right at the very back. We've got stubbornness of the dwarves to aid us a bit later on with the stamina. Don't. No! No, that's cheating! That's cheating, AI! Oh, god darn it. Right, oh, now they're going back over there. Where are they going? Decide what you're doing. Okay, they are definitely coming over here. I mean, that's okay. It's just a bit annoying, isn't it? Wait, stay there, stay there. Don't block line of sight just yet. Okay, they're charging over here. That's fine. You men come back over here. We'll just keep on firing at them as long as possible. And I'm sure they'll go down.
The enemy army flees the
there we go. They flee. We were just about to kind of charge in with the rest of our force to kind of break their morale. But I think that's probably okay. We don't need to catch them all anyway. But we did lose more men there. Or more dwarves, I should say. But it was pretty much all in the miners, I think. And we did get a few of them healed. So they've still got a decent chunk of numbers there. And as I say, they are the least valuable units. 157 to the Dwarven Travellers, 102 to the other one. And down they go. And I'd imagine we're going to come up against much stouter defence as we get closer, now that they know that we are coming. But I don't... Okay, so that is the next port of call. We can see the red circle there. No mercenaries, and I'm beginning to wonder if there's something due to my game. Because I kind of vaguely recall now, back in the spring of 2020, when Gally was talking about the new version 4.5, and that there was some extra download that was required for it to fix mercenaries for the Northern Dunedain. But I haven't played as the Northern Dunedain, and I've never updated, so I hope it's not a major flaw. Another 2,000. Thank you very much, Council of Nobles. I think that's at least the third one that we've got. Otherwise, we'd be completely bankrupt by this point. And 2 more turns. Still no mercenaries. Perhaps if we'd gone in there, although that is rebel. But of course, we can't go there. We need to go to Moria first. We get ever closer, and it is kind of just entered simulator right now, isn't it? But we have made it within a turn, and then the next turn we shall be at the gates of Khazad Dum, and look at that. They've got a beefy garrison there, and we're going to have to be able to defeat that garrison after defeating... I imagine there is going to be an army here waiting for us. At least that's how I remember it. But we're going to have barely any money to actually build stuff there by the time we make it. Or indeed, Moria have actually come out. They've brought some forces already, but I mean, I think we can just safely go by them. And in fact, if we just slow our troop movement down, we can make sure that we don't get blocked along the way, and that we can just go straight into the circle. Yes, it does look like we can. Moria reach, blah blah blah, of course. And wait, where's the circle? Show me the circle. There it is. Where is the money? Wait, I think that's okay. There it is. But I mean, if you look at their units, they're not really that good, and there's very few of these Uruk overseers to worry about. So I'm feeling confident, but I can't remember what this battle is going to be like. Okay. The journey has been long, but now the time has come. Khazad Dum is an immense city, and therefore will take time to rid the halls of the Orcs' stench We start with our assault at the eastern gate. We must assault the gate immediately, catching the goblins off guard. We know not whether Durin's Bane will be awaiting us inside, but we shall not let any creature get in our way. Baruch Khazad, Khazad I Menu. Axes of the dwarves are upon you. And so does that mean that we don't even have to build any siege equipment? It's been a while since I've done this. No, it does. Like, we clearly need siege equipment. So, oh, I'm very, what? Oh, the idiots, look at that. They just moved all those units that were in here over there. Oh dear. Now, they, what is this place like again? I don't think you need anything other than a ram. So, I mean, let's just get another ram just in case. But I'm fairly certain that's all you need. And we'll have a look at what they've got next turn. But do note that they do have a unit of mountain Orcs. And they're actually pretty good. That is like their best unit that they can train full stop. Apart from is it Azog's Defilers? But we likely won't see too many of them. Right, the time has come. It is the 17th turn. And let's just look at end of turn report to increase the suspense of this coming attack. Look at this, we're on 13 grand and a bit. And now we have made it to Moria. And Ragbag, the conqueror of Moria, allegedly, stands there with his goblin bodyguard that will get smashed by Balin and his, whatever he's called. Is it just Balin's guard? And they've got the mountain Orcs. And they do have heavy goblin halberds. And, ooh, that's quite, I mean, we do outnumber them, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But they are armor piercing, and we tend to have a lot of armor, so, and there's a lot of them. There's 253, but the rest of this is kind of, like, especially this, like, one missile attack. I mean, there's 228 of them, sure, but I don't know how good they're really going to be. But I think, I mean, we're going to be okay. It's the battle afterwards I'll be a bit worried about. We need to fight this one really well. So, in we go.
The time's come, lads.
Many of you probably already know exactly what this battle map was going to be, but of course, this is the bridge of Khazad Dum. There's no longer like a great chasm in there because it would give you weird camera orientation and things like that. But it is just a steady incline all the way up to the town square, and then you have the halls of the Gandalf over there. So we're going to have to travel all the way through there, and there is no gate. So we don't have to worry about that. Just a steady incline, and I'm not the biggest fan of this settlement, and now I do recall what it's like. Because of the fact that you can't really set up your troops all that well in here. And you kind of have to send them in one by one. But perhaps that's going to actually be in our advantage. Because a lot of this is just chaff. So we're going to go in with the Dragon Slayers at the helm. Because they've got their Black Uruks here. And I think the Dragon Slayers will do pretty well. How glorious it is to see dwarves once again coming into Moria. This is a great day, as Moria has long been vacated. I think it was the year 1981 of the Third Age when Durin's Bane was unleashed and the dwarves left this area. I could be wrong. I'm kind of doing that off the top of my head. But anyway, it's been a very long time, and now Balin has come in. And we are attempting to recolonize it as we go over the bridge of Khazad Dum. Huzzah. Oh, the mountain Uruks there. They clearly fear us. Oh, wait, what are they doing? They're bringing goblin infantry over there. Right, well, if they start bringing in ranged reinforcements there. What do we have here? Erebor infantry, come over here. Quick, 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 quick. You're going to come over here. And you're going to start slaughtering them. Because if they bring in some ranged units, like the Snagger Skirmishers, they could definitely take out some of our Dragon Slayers if we have our backs turned to them. And that would be a real shame, because like, how much do they have in like shield value? I mean, they've got 18 armor, but 23 is better than 18. And we are sure as hell not going to be recruiting any of these guys for a very long time. I think they only come from Dane's Halls, Witherboard. Perhaps you can get them from Anazanar as well. And that's probably it. Yeah, so there's very few places to get them. But in we go then, against the mountain Orcs. I think we'll do okay against them. And Erebor infantry then. You go and smash those goblin infantry. And we've got Balin on hand here. Right, let's bring in these dwarven travelers then over here. This is why I really don't like this settlement that much for attacking. Because you can't see anything that's happening. But,
if we continue like this,
right.
we will smash
Probably should have brought these guys a bit closer in then. So let's bring in these Khazad volunteers as well. These guys have got shields and things like that, so they're very useful. But I think these dwarven labourers, we'll hold them on until we see the halberdiers, because I think we'll need them for their armour-piercing capabilities. And I'm just holding off on Balin for a moment, because, oh yeah, now they come in with their goblin archers. I'd really want to send Balin in against those mountain Orcs, but to be honest, I think these dragon slayers are doing just fine. I forgot how many they started off with. Was it 140 or something? And we started off with 113, so we've already killed 20 of them. So it'll go pretty smoothly. And are those the halberdiers there? No, they're just archers. The halberdiers are way... Oh yeah, they've got the bodyguard as well. Yeah, we'll keep Balin in reserve for that. And I'm okay for them just to fire at him, to be honest, because I think they won't have a very good time doing that. But here we go. Archers, come over here. You, shooting into the back of our enemy, you're going to actually do rubbish there. If you'd like to come here instead, I think that would be much better. Right, stop. Stop right there. Fire. Fire with your short, stout bows. Damn, these look cool. We don't get too many archers, but, right, do not attack us. Kill this one right here. Kill this one. This one right here needs to die. Quick. Quick, shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in his ugly face. No, don't pull out your sword. Oh, jeez. Well, we'll get a lot of kills there, hopefully. And the Erebor infantry doing very well. Look at that. Really pressing into the line. Really good to see. They long for the reclamation of this once great dwarven mansion. Now, we don't want to waste our ammunition, because actually, I reckon we do loads of kills, or get lots of kills, once we eventually kind of stagger them all up in that plaza. So, unless there's like loads of them coming down that ramp, we're not going to use our ammunition on it. But how are we doing then? These guys are okay to fire, and they're doing even better now. Look at that. Perfect stuff there. So we'll batter our way through all of this and see how it goes. Looks like we've won here. Anyway, so, well, these guys are tired, and look at that. They took barely any losses. In fact, just keep going. Don't annihilate these snagger skirmishers, and we'll think about what we're going to go in with next. I think we'll probably just go in with the Khazad volunteers. I'll go with the greater number because we will eventually perhaps be able to retrain these guys. And we might yet be in a bit of dire straits because we're not going to be immediately able to recruit any units. And we're going to have to build up the barracks because these guys, these are like our militia. I think they come from our smiths. And these guys come from like our... actual barracks. I'm not entirely sure, but let's not be getting shot at though. So let's kind of pull out from that. Our Erebor infantry, they're struggling a bit to get through the snagger skirmishers, believe it or not. And they are exhausted. All of our units, of course, being dwarves, they have excellent stamina, so they don't tire very quickly. But I mean, it doesn't. So it's good when you get them into melee because they'll last a really long time keeping their stats up. I don't know what the exact calculation is, the loss of those stats as they get more and more tired, but there definitely is one. So we're going to go in with the Khazad volunteers and just push them through here because there's still a lot to get through here. And I mean, they are shooting ours, but they'll like run out of ammunition pretty quickly. I think they only get 16 volleys or so. So we're going to actually push these straight through and then engage all of this, and we're going to try and then start filtering in our dragon slayers, which are now only warmed up. they will then go in and hopefully start slaughtering, particularly those heavy goblin halberds. Because I do like to keep a bit of an eye on the timer, and I have been burnt once or twice by that, mainly in the Gondor campaign, when I think I've got more time than I've actually got, and then I lose the battle. So these guys do not have much in the way of attack, so I don't expect us to lose too many. Like, we are killing them. Like, in the time that these guys ran up there, we killed like, what was it, from 50 down to 20. And there we go. That's all you needed to do. But let's not go in one by one, because you will get killed. So let's group up. And then when you're sufficiently grouped up, let's bring in another unit. In fact, let's bring in these dwarven labourers immediately. Let's get them to run over there as immediate reinforcement. And then just charge on in there. Just go straight on in there. And let's have a look at, again, these stats. 8 and 14. Goblin archers in melee, 4 and 5. Goblin bodyguards, they're pretty good, 13 and 23. 23. But Goblin infantry, 5 and 7. So they have the advantage of numbers. We have the better stats. And we also have the much cooler shields. They definitely do look like volunteers. Look at this. They've got like these little knapsacks and they've got like sleeping pads and things like that. I believe that those looks go away when you upgrade them, because at that point, you know, at this point we are still on an expedition. We don't have an empire yet. We have no infrastructure. We're just kind of coming in with whatever we've got left over. And once we've kind of got Khazad Dum and built up the smithies and things like that, then we get real armor and yeah, and it will show in our appearance, which is fantastic and something that Med2 does so well. So let's it's a bit of a pity, really. You can't really get good shots over this ridge, and you can't really get archers to shoot over here. What you'd really want here are javelins. Javelins would make a really good fit in this kind of setting. Let's get these miners in over here, and these miners kind of through there, and dragon slayers, if they'd like to start making their way over here as well, and Balin too. And these Erebor infantry, I don't know really, they can kind of just be here for moral support. So I don't want to move them back down the hill because it will take them a while. So maybe get, oh well, we'll get these guys through and then we'll start firing. Okay, well, they're firing now, and I think we'll probably start seeing some arrows come over. I mean, yeah, that's kind of trash, really. It looks absolutely pitiful, but I mean, I suppose it's okay. But you know, like, these guys have got very little armor on the whole, so they'll probably get quite a few kills. Right, let's we need to kind of get our units in there, so we'll go in with the Dragon Slayers, and we'll hold off on Balin. We don't want him to get killed. That would be really, really embarrassing. Right, if you'd like to start firing over here as well, and any kills that we do get will be a bonus, so I'll be very glad to see some of those. Right, get in there. And let's not forget that once we do get tired, some of these, I mean, they're warmed up. That's not bad. But if we, as a whole, get exhausted, we can use the stubbornness of the dwarves trait that we have available. So, right, get involved, lads. Get involved. We've still got 2 units in reserve somewhere. Where are they? Are they still on the other side of... Oh, no, they're down here. Okay. Well, we'll get them a bit closer. It's hard to say, but I think the archers aren't actually doing too bad of a job. It's just very, very difficult to gauge how everything's going. These guys have been absolutely slaughtered by these goblin bodyguards, though. I expect us to get a fair amount of healing, so there is that. And the Dragon Slayers are doing really, really well. Like, they've barely lost any men, and I think they're probably the only ones that are really killing stuff. How are we doing? 63%. 63% of the enemy are down. And, well, we've still got a fair amount of ammunition on these folks. Their bodyguard's actually pulling back. So, Balin, just attack all that. Attack all that. And Perhaps we should bring these guys up over here now. Bring in the reserve, because we are losing some men. Some dwarves are definitely getting killed. This guy maybe has earned some rest, although I can't seem to be able to move him. Oh no, go over there, yeah. So, it's going well. I mean, Dragon Slayers, they are pounding that side. Absolutely mowing through. They started like over here, and they've just steadily pushed the enemy back. Whereas over here, we've kind of stayed where we are. No, I think we have pushed a bit forward. We started here, now we're here. It's a bit like the Battle of the Somme, really. But we've got our reinforcements shortly on the way, and we're going to try and push them through here and get at these goblin infantry. We've still got half the battle time limit, so I think we're okay. In they come, in they come. Let's get these guys. If we can just kind of keep running them through, I think that'll work quite well, really. And you're firing at those. Our archers are still getting some kills. But now that we've kind of killed enough of them, we can certainly start to encompass them. And, you know, we'll just get more hits in and get more kills. And you know what to do, lads. Get involved, get involved. And you know what? Let's just send these guys in as well. Send in all the reserves. Like, we've got the archers as well as reserve, I suppose. But what are their stats? 6 and 10. That's pretty good. And they're fresh. Balin's just lost his first soldier. There's only 47 of these halberdiers left, whereas they started off with a crazy amount, like 224. And Dragon Slayer. Oh, I wish we had another unit of them. It would make it so much easier. But they are up against the goblin bodyguards there. There's 40 of them still around. I don't think we'll have to kill the general. Like, they're not going to rout anyway, because, you know, they're in the plaza already. So they'll have infinite morale. But, oh, these guys have stopped firing. We'll have to get them a bit closer. We brought in our archers, and we're going to actually send that unit into melee. And I think we've probably... Yeah, these are all exhausted and very tired. I think that is meant to reduce morale, because we are actually starting to lose some of these guys. A lot faster than I was hoping, really. Let's get these guys involved. Like, they're fresh, so they should really do quite well against a lot of these forces that have been fighting for a really long time. And of course their general is in there. Probably shouldn't be firing arrows anymore, because we can't even make out who is who. But 95% of the enemy has been killed. And this has been an absolute slaughter. Oh, that's a bit sped up there. That's on 2 times speed, that's why. Arc, indeed. Right, well, it is just the case of taking out the snagger archers, or whatever else is still there, and then Khazad Dum will be ours. Well, at least this side, because despite the map being a bit weird here, we do still have to take the other side, and you can kind of not really see it, actually. You can't really see it. But there is a battle map in the middle, like here, that we might have to fight in. And I'm just having a look if there's the Chamber of Mazarbul. Maybe not. Maybe that's in the Hall's battle map. But there we go. Heroic victory. We have taken Khazad Dum back. Now we must hold it. Let's have a look at the stats. Dragon Slayers, 569. Erebor Infantry, 543. Balin even got in there with 109. The Travellers did not get that many kills, to be honest. This 148, that was all on, you know, when they were shooting into the back of that one Goblin Infantry unit. But yeah, healing, not that many. But it did all go into the Erebor Infantry and some into the Dragon Slayers, of which there are still 76. There we go. And what are we to discover in there? Hopefully some troops, because we've got absolutely none. Look at that. I mean, there's the mines. I think we are just going to occupy for 304 gold coins. But there we go. We've got Khazad Dum. The tricky part is, of course, to hold it against all of these vast numbers arrayed against us. There we have the Chamber of Mazarbul. Minus 20% on the retraining. That's very handy because this is where we'll get our best armor. And, of course, we can get a diplomat there. And, oh no, when Balin came to reclaim... Oh no, okay, it doesn't say anything about him dying or anything like that. But 2989, and the year right now is 2984. So we've kind of slightly beaten that year. But then you've also got the Bridge of Khazad Dum, which gives a flat building income, increase in tradable goods for whatever reason, and a number 3 upkeep +1. So you can have one guy garrisoning, or one unit on the bridge there, and you don't have to pay them. They just love it so much. So we got a pipe hall. That's nice. And actually, these are dwarven things. Nice. There's no culture penalty anyway. But do we have culture? This is important. We've got 29% culture, and what do we need? We need 25. Oh, excellent. So we can actually train units in 11 turns. So, this is all that we've got for 11 turns. Are you kidding me? Do we get... Please tell me we get... There is like... I know there is a script, but it's probably going to pop up next turn. So I'm going to try and not talk too much ahead of what has happened. Now, we don't want to train a diplomat, I'm pretty sure, because Ori here becomes a diplomat. So we'll hold on to that. And Oin, I think, does become a general. We'll have to see. But is there any kind of special trait? I don't think there... Was there one for Liberator of Khazad Dum? Yeah, so he's got an extra bit of troop morale. Our troop morale already is really good, so I wouldn't really be worrying about that. I would just be worrying about the fact that we've got no people in this army. If they come and attack us, which they probably will, I'll expect to win it, but how many of those battles can we sustain? And we certainly can't train any units for 11 turns. So this is going to be quite tricky. But up we go. Oh, but before I do, I'm not a fan of getting armories, to be honest. I think Stone Workers Hall is probably most required. We don't need the culture right now from this. 25% is enough. But if we can get that, then we can save some money whilst we build up the mines. Okay, on to the next turn. And we've already been given a candidate for adoption. We've only got one city, mate. Let's just put that on hold. Axesmith's Guild. What guilds do we have available? So, actually, I probably should have done this last turn. Oh, we've actually got an armory. Did that get put in there? I didn't put that in there. Is that just something that you get? I suppose that's just something that you get. Anyway, let's have a look here then at what we actually get. And there we go. So we've got 6 tiers of blacksmith. However, the 6th tier in Khazad Dum, and I think it is only in this one, not in the western one, you also get mithril chainmail, which is just tier 7 smithing. So even your elites get, you know, multiple upgrades, and it's highly recommended that you actually go after them, as Memento in the comment section did mention. So that's a special building, and oh, there is a little tab here for unique buildings, and the Hall of Durin, you can get some really good bonuses, but that is only in Gundabad, and you get this incredible outstanding unit available to you should you get that. But anything else? Oh yeah, I was looking at the guilds. Now I think actually looking at that, Warriors Guild is the only one. But as you can also see, we can get the Mithril Mines here, which gives a lot of money. A lot of money. But it is therefore worthwhile just to get that Warriors Guild. Let's go ahead and pop that in. And there we go. There's Oin. Yeah. So why would I need another general? Like, these people do cost 320 gold coins. That is our standard bodyguard, 11 and 34, or 10 and 34. He's got an extra point of experience. So they're pretty good. Now, do we just go... Wait, hang on. Hold on. Is there something... Have I missed something? No, okay, well, we're not taking this guy. He's lazy anyway. But, check this out. We've been given a boost to our numbers. Not only have all these guys been retrained, and I don't know if we had 4 units, did we? The Dragon Slayers have not been retrained. The Erebor Infantry have not been retrained, but we've been given Khazad Dum Reclaimers. Khazad Dum Reclaimers are axe throwers, effective against armor, pretty baller, to be honest. And as you can see here, their next upgrade is Aulian Plate, which is tier 6. So they will get 2 upgrades from the Mithril armor as well. So I'm thinking we go out with Balin, attack Khazad Dum West, and Oin, you can just go in there. Oh, and we can actually recruit units. Oh, right. Well, it would be nice to have got some information about that. How are we doing on the money front, then? Suddenly, I feel a lot better about this whole thing. Well... how much do they cost? 330, 300. Well, I'm going to get these guys because what we are going to be up against, I think these are much better. Because we're largely up against just trash, and these guys are not going to be killing very much. And, yes, the Dwarven Travellers are good, but they don't have loads of range, and if we're just in these tight corridors, for now, they're not going to be too good, and we've got 3 of them already. So we're going to attack that. Did I already put siege equipment? I did. And we've got those incoming. Excellent. Now, this diplomat... yeah. I think you're meant to go... Or is it once you've captured both Khazad Dums? I think then you go and tell the folks back home that you've succeeded. So I'm just going to send him off on his way right now. And... oh dear, I hope they don't come back. So we'll get a head start on that. Okay, so next turn we will go for Khazad Dum West. Our little dwarven colony here is suffering a little bit. Actually, yeah, let's get the Durin's Forge Hall here as well. I mean, we're going to get it eventually, and it's going to be our main spot. Send emissary to the northern... Well, that's not going to happen, is it? We can't get through here. I mean, we can if we take this now, but as you can see, Captain Ugbag is on his way to Khazad Dum. We've got those 2 units in there, so that's pretty good. And we'll pop you in. We've also got the armory there, so we'll get another unit. And I think, well, if we get that 1 unit there, that's 4. Plus the garrison unit, that makes 5. I reckon we'll be able to hold off that army if they do decide to attack us. But now, we are going to just hold off on that to build up the suspense for the reunification of Khazad Dum under Dwarven rule. And we've got the Stoneworkers Hall and Relations Report. Everyone hates us. Well, they hate us because they ain't us. So, we march to battle. Or do we? Nagluk. Oh my days. That is a big force. Do we need extra? Do we need extra units, do you think? 'Cause we've got them. Because they've got a lot of units there. They've got 5 extra in the way of Orc defenders. Like, that is... With the general, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 units. So, we're going to take these 2, and we're going to add them in here. And you're maybe just going to have to do that. And you'll get 2 units like so. And hope that we win here. Okay, in we go. See, this looks a lot better, I think. And here we are on the western side. West side. And another battle map I don't particularly like. And because of these darn pillars that makes it very difficult to move around. But they are just coming out, making it very easy for us. They've got Orc defenders over there. What are their stats? 7 and 11 against our, what was it? 9 and 8 and 15. Yeah, we're going to go on in there. And also notice how these guys have now been upgraded. They no longer have those knapsacks on their back, whereas the ones that we've just trained, they still do. And I kind of like these ones, in a way. But is what it is. Right, let's bring these guys... Oh, we can't actually go over there. We're going to have to do some kind of flanking maneuvers to get the most out of this, or these units. And also, let's use our archers, because this is where they're going to get most of their kills. So it'll be worthwhile to do so. And if they want to throw their javelins at us, that's fine. But we cannot underestimate the enemy, whilst also killing them very quickly, because they're rubbish. So, there you go. Right, go in, attack them. And you should know what to do. I hope you do know. Oh, imagine if they didn't know what to do. Right, here's a sword. Here's an axe, mate. And here's a shield. Right, okay. Now go on. What do you want me to do? We are going on a Conquest of Moria. Right. And yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, okay. Well, mate, I've got no experience of that. I don't know what you're saying. Well, this is going to be very, very difficult for you, Sonny Jim. Actually, don't fire at the Snagger Archers. They're not worth our time. Let's just kind of go round, and we could just go right here and start shooting straight down this chute. Shoot squared. Oh, if I could just... Okay, it's not going to work, is it? Maybe just run to... Can you not even run there? There you go. And these orcs over here, they definitely want some. So we're going to give it to them. And you just come round here and flank these guys. Like, we've got our Khazad Dum reclaimers. They are, of course, axe throwers. And we're going to use them against their heavily armed targets. But if we could get a few cheeky volleys in there... Oh, get in there. Literally. Don't bother about the Orc overseers. They're not probably going to do anything. They're just going to be there chanting. These guys aren't going to get a clear shot, but these guys are. And they're probably going to start moving immediately, but we've completely smashed these Orc hunters. Imagine if you had a catapult. Oh, they're coming now. We'll get another volley in there. And, oh, I even forgot about them. Right, run away. They're routing. They're all routing. Okay. Yeah, they're chasing. I kind of forgot about shooting with these guys, but it's okay, because if we just block the way here... Right, go in there. How are you so useless? Perhaps we picked the wrong guys. Right. You go over there. If you can. How's that a building? Go there. You come over here. Oh my god, stop pursuing. This is when you really hate how slow dwarves are. Right, you're gonna kind of hold. Ugh, go right there. How are you fighting? Oh, there's still some over there, is there? Right, can we just actually do what we're meant to be doing? We've obviously killed a whole bunch of orcs, but we can't seem to get into a good position. But those orc defenders... Right, your job now is to go and shoot them. Can you do that? And then we'll have these other units shoot into that. And should they take the bait, they will pay for it with many lives. We're firing in there. They're kind of about to come out of there. We're firing at these as well. Probably should stop now. In fact, let's just send these guys into melee. They'll crowd them out. Those guys are in defensive, so they're just going to hold there while we fire into that. We've got another unit here, and we're going to try and make the use of our arrows here by just firing into these relatively low armor units, because that's what they like. This appears to be going relatively smoothly. We've got a lot of ammunition. We're just firing into all of this. Getting a lot of kills, I'd imagine, although probably not too many. We are actually firing at the overseers because you can't otherwise, because if we attack this unit, we might attack one guy over here, one guy over there, because they're so spread out, and we'll end up getting some friendly fire. But if you just fire into this, you'll get a lot better kills. I mean, I'd quite like to shoot at these orc defenders over here, but I think we're getting some like osmosis there though, so that's fine. Yeah, let's send you guys in there as well. We've got 3 units there currently fighting. We've got plenty in reserve. Well, we've got enough. Where are you? Oh, you're still coming from all the way over there. That is why the pathing absolutely sucks here. We've got these guys, and if I can pop them there, I think now is probably a good time to use their skills. We might send them into melee, but I think it would be a bit of a shame if we lost some of them, because they might be useful later on for armor piercing duties. They're quite good. They're certainly better than our miners, who are currently our only armor piercing unit. So we might hold on to, I mean, we've got the dragon slayers, I suppose, and I'd rather send them in because they're much sturdier. And indeed Balin. Balin's going to go in at some point. But they've got a lot of folks here yet. So I think if we could just target the Orc overseers, that would be a really good target. Let's get a bit closer. Let's go like right there. Perhaps that will help you with that. How are we doing now? 49%. We're not actually killing that many of them now. Right. Are we in range? If I could just get at the Uruk overseers. I think I did just see one, but yeah, that's too close. Fire at them. Right, let's see these guys in action. In goes the arrow fire. Okay, there's like 10 of them like through their axes. Pretty poor, but I mean, they'll just keep on throwing. I'd really want them to throw them out of the bodyguards, but I think we've ran out of patience and waiting to see if they'd actually come and fight us. So let's just, perhaps if we fire at them with our archers. Oh, I don't think that's going to work out. All right, it's time to move. We've got a fresh unit. A fresh unit is coming in, and we're going to bring in our other fresh units. And we're going to try and exchange positions with the worn out units, but we're not going to pull them out because they'll only take more casualties by doing so. So let's just put them on defensive now. And you guys are trying to push on through. That's good to see. And now attack. And then we'll have Balin come in as well. This is just going to be an absolute cluster. There's like no tactics really involved here anymore. And now if we can pull these guys out, you guys can run out and allow for some room for all of our broskies to kind of get in there. And yeah, if only we had a catapult, we could kill these guys up a lot quicker, but it is just a matter of time, and eventually we'll kill them. Fresh troops are always better. Like, you can notice that they're just not killing very fast anymore. Like, we've been here, we can't be here all day. So in you go, lads. And oh, Balin's already ahead. That's okay. Oh, they're still Uruk overseers. Yeah, they're effective against armor. So They're probably the ones that have held us up quite a bit. But goblin bodyguards now then. Let's fully immerse them with our axes. Although this is not quite what I had in mind. Let's bring these guys a bit further over here. If we can. There's 67 of them. Balin's taking a lot of losses there. Right, everyone just attack. Go, 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 go. In come the dwarven horns. And, yeah. These goblins are taking a heavy beating. Down to 35. We've got the Khazad Dum reclaimers. Well, there's the dragon slayers knowing how to do their job. We've even got some volunteers here. We've got the dragon slayers there. There are the reclaimers battling away with their war hammers. And have some of them got axes? No, they've all got like war hammers. Very good against armor in real life. Not that I've ever tried, but I mean, you can imagine against heavy plate, you're better off with a hammer to puncture the armor rather than a sword, which is just going to glance off. But I think, how many are there? There's 15 of them. Wait, what the actual hell? They just came out of nowhere with some more units. Right, well, this is all of a sudden an emergency. This is absolutely an emergency. Where the hell have they got these? I thought, like, when the wargs came in, I was like, this is like Rohan coming to Minas Tirith. But they just come out of nowhere with all these hordes of goblin band. There is no way that we can kill them all in time. We are going to have to push them out of the town square and make sure that they don't get in here. If someone's got shield wall, they do. We need to make them rout. So we're going to kind of bring in all of our units to make sure that we can, you know, claim the town square and then cause them to rout, like so. Well, we've got control of the plaza now, but we're not going to settle for that. We are going to smash through with our hunters. The hunters are going to take the line, and actually, then let's follow that up. Get into shield wall. Get into shield wall with the dragon slayers. Push these noobs out of here. And now we have no orcs, I don't think, remaining. Don't think so. There we go! Continue battle? Hell no. Oh my days. I was panicking then when I saw those warg riders come out of nowhere. So I can see them on here. Well, that makes a lot more sense because, like, the percentage of allies killed, like, we haven't killed them all. Oh my days. But we managed it. I think we still had enough on the battle timer anyway. But I'm glad that I didn't completely switch off there, because that would have been really, really bad. Let's have a look at the kills. Khazad volunteers, 421. 405. 309. 307 dwarven travellers. 294. 205. 375 of the dragon slayers, taking only 7 casualties. Absurd numbers. The Khazad Dum reclaimers got 100 on the dot. They were involved, and they did only take 2 casualties as well. So, pretty good. And down they go. I didn't actually look at the healing there myself, but I'd imagine we did get a decent amount. Just looking at that banner there, we've not got a whole lot. We're going to occupy because I think there's probably going to be some... there's a bit of dwarven culture in there already, which is handy. And all of this is very useful to us indeed. And of course, this is all mountain territory, being the Misty Mountains. Now then, what do we want to get here? I'm kind of averse to getting things like an armory, but perhaps that's not a bad thing, because we're going to have to build up a lot. However, that is... I'm gonna end the episode there. We've retaken Khazad Dum. So that is the first stage of the campaign done. We actually have a homeland now. And despite the almost hairy predicament that came over here for Balin, we were able to recover with pretty good numbers there. Not too bad. And we can actually, you know, retrain them over here now and train more units. So all in all, very good. Join me then for the next time when we start building this up and perhaps go and have a look whether or not we want to go and take Anon en Orod, the gate of the mountain. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'm going with Gandalf. Good day!